Are you listening? All right, so you're with Carla and Gaby today, and we're with Financial Literacy First and Business and Financial Management Services that does all the work. So we do the taxes, the bookkeeping, payroll. Financial Literacy First does all the education part. And that's what we're going to talk about today, some of those educational tidbits. Today's topic is, there's a reason I'm wearing orange. It's an exciting color. So is credit.
Yay! Thank you.
Credit is so exciting.
Carla, it's good to see you again back here at Credit. That's something that blew my mind when I got to United States.
And that's what we were talking about just before we got on film. So tell us, what was your initial experience when you came to the United States and found out all this total monetary system was totally different than Chile or Venezuela or any other place? What were you thinking?
It was, I mean, te juro, fue completamente distinto, fue súper desafiante porque es el sistema, he vivido en otros países y es un sistema muy distinto. Y yo no sabía ni qué era un crédito, ni cómo se construye, how to build it out of credit, how can I get a credit? I didn't know anything, no sabía nada. Y la gente me hablaba, people talk to me, y yo, pero ¿cómo? ¿Cómo lo hago? And then, in a hard way, I found it out. That's why we're here. Solo para explicar de mejor manera, para que no te tropieces como yo lo hice. Porque es que no se lo recomiendo a nadie. Carla, could you please help us out from this? Tell me more. I want to learn more. I don't want to keep facing the same.
Honey, it's not you.
Okay,
it's all
thanks.
of us. We do this every month, every week, every alert. Your credit score dropped or your credit score increased, you know. Well, first of all, you have to understand what credit is. So credit as a whole is the act of borrowing and using usually someone else's money. But there's so much to credit, we could never cover it in one 15-minute episode. So let's talk about just first the basics. You have a credit score and you have credit history. Your credit report, okay, now we got another term, right?
Yeah.
Credit score, credit history, now we got credit report. What is that? The credit report is your credit history and your credit score. So let's first talk about what's on that history. That's what you pull down from Experian.com, TransUnion.com, Equifax.com. Those are the three largest bureaus that run credit through the United States, okay? A lot of countries don't have credit. They're a little smarter than Americans.
They have other ways. Tienen otras formas, they have other ways just to track you.
This is how individuals and companies kind of get into debt. But the bad thing and good thing is that we need that debt to create the credit score.
That blew my mind when I got here.
I know, isn't that weird?
It's weird. Just esta misma duda yo la tuve, no entiendo por qué tenemos que estar fichados por un crédito. Si pagas tus deudas no eres bueno para el sistema bancario, pero tienes que tener deudas, para la gente tienes que tener deudas. Es todo un comprendido de cosas que tienes que integrar. Pero vamos a entender tres cosas claves, que es el credit score, la historia de tu crédito y cómo este crédito afecta, cómo está estipulado, cómo te afecta o cómo realmente lo rankean acá en Estados Unidos. Entonces, el credit score está rankeado por las grandes compañías de buró de créditos que se encargan de saber realmente cómo tú eres responsable de cómo manejar tu dinero, si eres responsable de devolver el dinero que te prestan. Y no necesariamente tiene que ser dinero, puede ser a través de membresía, que eso lo vamos a ver luego, pero es importante tener el conocimiento de esto. So, Carla, when I got here to the United States, I thought that this is insane for me because I don't like debts. But the system asks you in somehow to have
You gotta have it.
Yeah.
You gotta have it as an adult.
As an adult, yeah.
You have to have it.
You need to have good debts, let's call it that, or conscience.
Yes.
I mean,
I call it good debt and bad debt.
okay, great.
Okay.
I like it.
So let's first talk real quick. Credit score is in between 300 and 850.
Correcto.
If you are at the lower end, not so good. If you're in the middle, like 600, 700, you're fair to good. If you're over 700, you're doing great. Okay, you're getting closer to that 850. But you have to create that score. You create that score by building your credit. You have to build that credit by getting into some kind of contractual agreement so that you're making payments that's reported to those three bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. So a lot of times when, financial literacy does a lot of teaching of the teens at 16, 25-year-olds. And one of the biggest questions is like, well, how do I start getting credit? And I will tell you, it can be super easy. You can start, now back in the day, old days, places like, and I think Shell still does have a credit card, but I'm not sure, but the gas stations used to always have a credit card you could get for just like a $500 credit limit. And as long as you paid it, that was building your credit, which was a great way to go. The newer ways is something like you can do Vassar or Lifetime Fitness, and you just, before you go in for that gym membership, make sure that they report to the credit bureaus.
That's a good
It's
way.
a small amount that you're getting into debt because you're only going to be paying, $15 to $25 a month, but they're going to report that, especially if you put on automatic draft. So every single month that you pay, it's being reported to the agencies. This is a good way to start building your credit score without a big debt.
We can call it like the grades from school, right? If you're having good grades.
Yes.
The way we can just... Es muy fácil, es como ver el crédito, como tener buenas calificaciones en el colegio, ¿verdad? Mientras tienes buenas calificaciones, los profesores confían en ti, de que estás estudiando, que estás haciendo las cosas bien. Una de las cosas que hablaba era de la membresía, es que si no tienes un crédito, tú puedes empezar a construir el crédito con pequeñas deudas, llamémoslo así. Puedes crear e irte a un gimnasio como el VASA o el Lifetime gimnasio, donde puedes crear este acuerdo y que reportan al sistema de buros de crédito esta información y te va a ayudar a construir el crédito. No necesariamente tienes que endeudarte con $1,000, $2,000, $300,000. Puedes empezar con algo pequeño que te va a ayudar a ir creciendo tu crédito. I think this is a good way, especially for those young people that they someone stole their credit as your daughter.
Okay, so I shared with her offline about a call I got from my daughter. This was years ago. She was 20 or 21, and she calls and she says, "Mom," and then there's silence because I know she's mad. I'm like, "Yes." "Did you steal my credit?" And I'm like, I didn't know what to do except laugh. And granted, there's identity theft, and that's a whole nother issue, okay? Yeah. But I was like, I'm too old to be stealing your credit at 20-something, okay? And I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, I went to apply for a car, and they said I didn't have any credit. I said, because you haven't built it. And there was just silence on the phone. She was like, huh? Yeah. And it's crazy, because that's one of those little things that's kind of missed. It's like, oh, I'm a young adult, I know I need credit, and then it's like, oh, I'm going to jump into this car loan. No. You got to build some credit before you jump into a car loan, because the car loan people, they're going to want the auto places. They need you to have a credit score. Otherwise, they're going to charge you more. And this is the detriment to either not having credit or not having good credit, is that you get charged more in interest, finance charges, and fees because you're higher risk.
Yes, that's true. And we can go deeply in the next part of the episode. So why don't you stay tuned and we can see you in the next episode. What do you think?
Hey, it's worth the conversation. Absolutely.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Greetings, everyone. We're glad that you joined us today. As you watch and learn, please remember that KUHS is an interactive platform, and we encourage you to engage at every level so that, number one, we know that you're appreciating the content that you currently enjoy, and number two, your feedback will help expand, grow, and improve our future programs. Again, thanks for being here.
Like, guess what? We're back.
We're back.
Yes, we're back.
And you know what? It's almost the next episode.
Yes, almost, but yeah.
Okay, we talked a little bit about credit score.
Correct.
Okay. Now the other part is the credit history. Okay. So, and remember, the credit report is like the big umbrella. That's the credit report that does the history and the score.
Okay.
So now we want to talk about what is the credit history and what is that made out of? Okay. Like what's on that?
I think it is a good question. Es una excelente pregunta porque yo me la hice muchas veces y seguramente mi comunidad hispana la tiene. Por favor, go ahead and tell us about this.
Okay. So your history is, it's just, we all have a history. I don't care if you're 10 years old or 100 years old. Everybody's got a history of something. It's the same thing with credit, except on those credit reports, they are going to list your history. Oh, you took out a loan with Vassar Gym. Oh, you have a credit card with U.S. Bank. You did a finance with Conn's. Conn's I think is gone now in Colorado, but Conn's Furniture Store or whatever. So it's going to list every place you ever applied. First of all, for credit and was extended some credit. So that's the first thing that it's going to come up with after it goes through your basics of your name, address, social security number.
Básicamente la historia de tu crédito está allí escrita cada vez que aplicaste a un crédito, cada vez que hiciste algo que reportara al buró de crédito, todo ese historial va a estar allí registrado. Puede ser una membresía de un gimnasio, un pago de alquiler, una renta, algún credit card. Va a estar allí incluido. Eso te va a construir la historia de tu crédito y te va a ir dando puntos, like giving you points because of that.
Well, it doesn't give you points exactly.
Okay.
It gives you points based on that, how well you did. So
Okay.
So 35, like the heaviest part of getting that credit score is, let's say because you bought up rent. So let's say you got that apartment. The apartment house is reporting to their corporate that reports to the agencies. Okay? Rent is a big thing. It's whether you're talking mortgage or we're talking rent. That is the overhead is the biggest thing you have usually in life, right?
Yes.
Okay? So they want to see how well you're doing to pay that on time. Okay? And then they're going to report that to the credit bureaus.
That's true.
So that the next time you rent, it's going to say, I don't know if what was it, Carmel Management used to be really big here. I'm in a house now, so I don't know what the big corporations are that do the housing, but let's say it's Carmel. So it's Carmel Management, and Carmel Management has reported every month for a year that you paid rent in full and on time. That does wonders for your credit score. So that's 35%. That history of on-time payments is 35% of your score.
Creo que esta es una muy buena información para todas aquellas personas que no han empezado a construir crédito o están en la vía de construir un crédito. Pueden utilizar su renta como medio para construir su crédito. Si pagas on time, asegúrate que el lugar donde tú vives pueda reportar a la agencia y que esta agencia reporte al buró de crédito para que puedas obtener el 35% de tu crédito está representado por tu renta. Si pagas, o sea, durante todo un año a tiempo, eso te va a significar un 35%, which is good amount.
It's very.
Just to pay on time your rent that you have to do like every month. It's like easy way.
Exactly, start building your credit.
This is muy fácil.
And this is why we can go back to auto drafts or auto payments and stuff like that. You set yourself up automatically to get this paid each and every month. It automatically is going to keep pushing up that credit score, because where do we all really want to be? We want to have an 850 credit score. So because it's leverage, okay? It's buying power. That's what the credit score does. But you've got to create that.
Yeah. That's really true. And also, this is a good way to start managing your money.
Oh, yeah.
And your financial.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Esta es una de las mejores maneras que tú puedas empezar a gestionar tu dinero, porque sabes que tienes que pagar la renta todos los meses y adicionalmente le estás agregando un valor que va a estar directamente impactando tu crédito, entonces vas a poder tener un valor más alto a la hora de pedir alguna tarjeta de crédito, algún préstamo para un auto o algo que quieras arriesgarte un poquito más y ya estás sabiendo manejar tu dinero.
Yeah.
I love it. Really is a
Yeah.
good information to start building up.
So let's talk about the other 35%.
Okay,
that
let's talk about
waits
the other
and
one.
is so important for that credit score to get high. So we said it was payments on time. The second part is your payment history.
Okay.
Now it sounds like it's almost like the same thing, but not quite. So your payment history let's see what kind of debt you're in, okay? And over a longer period of time, it keeps pushing up that credit score. So for instance, some of the questions sometimes we get is, okay, I've got a lot of debt. I got 6 credit cards. Which one should I get rid of? Number one, the one you've had the longest is the one you keep, okay? Even if it's a small balance, you want to definitely keep the one that's longest because that's history. And that says over time, this creditor has trusted you for 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, and you still have credit with that particular creditor. And that's trust. And in all honesty, credit scores are about trust.
It's about trust relationship between
you and the creditor.
and the creditor, yeah. Es una relación que tú construyes de confianza realmente, como cualquier otra relación entre tú y la persona que te está entregando el dinero o algún servicio basado en crédito. Me encanta. I love it.
Let's talk about like our parents.
Okay.
Just for a minute. Our parents know, especially if there's more than just you. Let's say it's you and I'm like, I had a brother and a sister. Okay. My brother was short of a miser. Okay. He held on to every dollar. My sister, she couldn't walk a dollar across the street to the bank. Okay. And I was kind of pretty much in between. I was pretty responsible most of the time. Okay. Your parents know you, right? They know if they should trust you. Can you say you have a child or a grandchild or whatever, a niece or nephew, that if you gave them your credit card to say, hey, I'm going to lend you or put your name on my credit card, you're going to share my credit, authorized user, that's a whole nother subject, okay, to help you build your credit, but you've got to pay that bill every month it comes in. You know which child to give that credit card to.
Of course. Of course. That's the way the credit lender works as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's a trust factor. And the more they trust you, the more it shows up in a higher credit score over time. So part of the history is about how long you've been with that creditor, how many creditors you have, but also are you paying on time? So those are 2 really big factors. So that 35% of that and 35% of the history, well, gee, that is 70% of your entire score. That's why these 2 subjects are so important.
Me encanta. El otro 35% para construirlo, vamos a tener un 70% de tu credit score, es sobre el crédito, tu historia de crédito. Y eso es todos los pagos que haces on time, qué es lo que tienes realmente con cada uno de los prestamistas, de las personas que te dieron el dinero, las compañías que te dieron el dinero, ya sea dinero, tarjeta de crédito, algún instrumento que te hayan otorgado para financiar y cómo te hayas tú comportado con ellos y cómo hayas sido tan responsable o no. Y ahí empiezas a crear la relación de confianza, entonces van a poder darte un poco más de crédito y van a poder ampliar esta confianza. Creo que es súper importante tener un buen comportamiento ante las entidades financieras. Creo que también avisar con tiempo, negociar, replantear, también ayuda mucho a evitar ciertos tropiezos en el camino. I think this is such a valuable information for those who want to build up the credit and they didn't know how to start. It's hard.
Yeah. It is because you don't know, and then you don't know where to go and how to get started.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to tell you one other really big secret that people miss, but it's part of that 70% weighting for the credit score. It's credit limit usage. That's part of the credit history.
That's a good one. I heard a lot about, should I pay off all my credit card or should I just
keep pay it down or
Pay
whatever.
down,
Yeah.
just outstanding balance there.
hmm And remember, you should definitely consult a financial professional or accountant or someone who is very knowledgeable before you make really big decisions, like paying it all. Paying it down is always good. Paying it off can be not so good because your credit score can actually drop.
Yeah.
Because what you actually do is you remove that trust because that creditor is no longer part of your credit history mix. But this is part of that weird stuff that we have. Okay.
This is weird. And that blew my
It's
mind. I was like,
I applied for a credit card and the credit card limit is $1,000. Now, what would you think? That you can spend $1,000 on that card, right?
yeah, of course.
Well, you'll get penalized for it.
Why? If they give me $1,000,
It doesn't matter. They only want you to spend $300.
why didn't they give me 300?
Because if they gave you $300, then you only can spend $100. 30.
Oh my God.
I know. 30% credit limit usage. Okay. So what does that mean? That means if they give you $1,000, I know.
I know.
Only spend $300.
300.
Okay. If you spend all the way up to $1,000, if you spend $500 of that $1,000 credit limit, your credit score is going to start taking a dive. I know. Isn't it horrible?
That's horrible. It's like, no,
It's complicated,
It's
isn't
complicated.
it?
I'm still like getting along with this relationship with the credit card because I'm that type of person that I don't like debts at all. I like to pay off all my debts, but at the same time, I want to be a good girl within the system, which I can get anything I want, credit, long credit,
Yes,
card
yes.
credit. I know, I got it, Carla. It's tough. It's tough for me.
Yeah, and then there's credit mixes and all like that. So, on the short note on this, so think of it this way: that some people, I get, love to pay off that credit card at the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
That's me.
Okay. The problem is you're not showing that you know how to manage the payments, though. All you're showing is that you can pay it off every month. Yay, that's great. That's going to help your credit score.
But that's
It's not
the
going to
way-
help your credit score as much.
No, that's not
if
the
you
way
just
they
paid.
read
Right.
the transaction, right?
You really want to say, okay, if I have $1,000, I'm going to put $100 on the card. Well, when I get the bill, I'll pay $25 or I'll pay $50. Next month, I'll pay some more, and then I'll pay it off in the third month. That will do more for your credit score than it will be, oh, I spent $100 out of my $1,000 credit limit. I paid it all off. I'm good.
You know what
Okay?
I'm doing?
That doesn't show you did
for
anything except paid it off. It didn't
That's
show you
good.
could manage.
Good manage, yeah. What I'm doing is like for the sake of my hub, it's just have all my subscription automatically routed from my credit card, and I don't have to take my credit card to above 30%. As I have
Yes.
it control there. I'm still showing
Yes.
good management of my money.
I mean, I love, well, I don't love, but I hate the calls. I'll say I hate the calls where I get it and someone's all upset because their credit score dropped from, say, 750 down to 680. And I'll say, okay, so what changed in the last 30 days? Well, I just paid off my Dillard's and I paid off my Macy's card and I closed the accounts because I wanted less debt. I said, and you also basically told the world that now these big companies don't have anything vested in you to say they can trust you because you just wiped out that history of saying, I'm a great person and I can manage my debt and I pay my bill every month and I only use 30% and I don't let it get too high and all like that. So there's some
ways.
complexities
Yeah, I
to
know,
credit.
and that's why we're here, right?
Yes, it is.
Just to help you out as well as me, and she's helping me just to learn more about the system. We're helping you as well just to learn more how to be better on this
Yes.
area, right?
Mm-hmm. And then one of the other big questions that we get about credit is, well, Experian said I had 650, and Equifax said my credit score was 675, and TransUnion said I had 600. I don't understand.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You don't even know which
It's
one
like-
should I trust or
Yeah,
something, or
right. Which one's right?
harder. Yeah.
Which one's right? Listen, they're all right.
All right.
The thing is that they use different metrics in order to come up with that score. So that's the first thing you need to understand.
That's true.
But the bigger thing you need to understand is the reporting time. Some report every 30 days, 45 days, or sometimes even 60 days. So, like, I had looked at my credit. I just paid down my Capital One card. This is what I do. I only use my credit card for trips, okay? So I make sure they're paid down or paid off. Then I take the trip, and then I feel free that I can spend and do something nice for me when I want something, okay? So that's kind of like my little cycle. And one of the credit agencies, I just said, I better check, was like really low. And I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, oh, that's the one that doesn't report for every 45 or 60 days. So they haven't caught up to the fact that more than a month ago, I paid down that credit card. So you need to understand that some of it's the reporting time.
That's good. Es un punto de aclarar porque no todas las compañías reportan, las grandes Equifax, TransUnion o Experian, ellos no reportan al mismo tiempo. Las fechas de corte, unos pueden ser el 30, cada 30 días, cada 45 días o hasta cada 60 días. Entonces, si tú ves que tu crédito sube o baja por alguna razón, hay que estar muy pendiente de este corte de cada una de ellas. Todas están correctas, solo que va a depender del momento que realizaron el corte de tu estados de cuentas o de tus créditos, básicamente.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Carla.
Yeah. You're welcome. One final caveat, one final little nugget. Don't get upset when your credit score drops. Okay? You can recover in 30 to 45 days.
You can always recover.
A lot of times people are like, oh, you know, I ran up all my credit cards because, like for me, I did my trip thing and I didn't pay it all off the next month or whatever. My credit score bounced from, 50 point up or back down 50 points or 60 points. Don't get upset, okay? The nice thing about credit scores is that they're going to change. They're going to change every month. A little bit or a lot depending on what you're doing. But even if you make mistakes, and we all make financial mistakes, okay, so even if you make a huge mistake, whatever, you can recover from it. I don't care if it's bankruptcy. I don't care if it's like, oh, I had all these credit cards, I paid them all off and closed all the accounts and I didn't realize it was going to tank my credit score. Don't worry about that. You can recover. It's not a permanent, you don't get we're going to give you a 750 score and you can keep that forevermore.
No.
Or 800. No, it can change every month. Just be okay and give yourself some grace when there's some changes when you check your credit. But you should check your credit at least every month to also avoid any fraudulent accounts being opened or anything. So you need to be sure to stay on top of it for that too.
Como último recomendación o caviar, como dice Carla, para este episodio de Credit Score, es súper importante revisar tu Credit Score al menos una vez al mes para revisar que todo esté ok, que son los créditos o las deudas que tienes tú establecidas y que conoces, evitar cualquier fraude, cualquier scam que realmente haya pasado por allí y puedas a tiempo disputarlo. Por otro lado, no te asustes, no te des dolores de cabeza si por algún motivo tú ves tu crédito baja, si sube, maravilloso, pero todo se recupera en 30, 45 días. Lo importante es que siempre estés mostrando cómo eres responsable a la hora de manejar tu dinero. Así que espero que este episodio te haya llenado mucha información y si tienes dudas, por favor, deja los comentarios o simplemente escríbenos en cualquier momento.
Yeah.
Carla, you gonna say something to finalize today? Thank you.
Just remember, credit's very exciting.
Thank you. See you. Now we can see you in the next episode.
We'll see you at the next episode.